Hey there. So I wanted to make a video tonight of how to apply Color Street. I've had some customers ask how you go about it, how easy it is, how do you do this, what's going on. So I figured I would go ahead because I'm going to put on my turkeys this evening. I would go ahead and try to make a video. I'm hoping that my light is going to stay on, so this is all trial and error. I wanted to show you too the tools that I use. So really Color Street doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance. I want to start with taking stuff off because there's been a lot of question of how do you remove it. So I just took off my set. You saw Sunday night I showed I was still wearing Harvest Bloom. I've been wearing that for about a week. I change my nails generally every Sunday. Saturday I'll take it off. Sunday night I'll put them on right before bed. Right before bed is great because it has time to cure and well, you sleep. So the way that I've been taking them off, so for the last year I just used basic nail polish remover. Q-tip or the little tub that has the brush in it, and I would just scrub it off. Color Street, because now I'm a stylist, they recommend this Mineral Fusion nail polish remover. So I started using it just a little while ago. I've used about probably half of the bottle that I have. It's in my little pump thing. I cut a cotton ball in half. I put a couple pumps on it, and then I stick it on my nail and I put on my clip. And then I let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes for like really heavy glitter, like Moon River, that kind of glitter. The blooms, Harvest Blooms, took, I don't know, 8 minutes or so. If it's just a color, if it's just a solid, 5 minutes will probably do. I do find that it takes a little bit more work to get the base coat off. And that's where this little guy comes into play. So I usually use the Buff number 2 on my little square, and you can get these about anywhere. I know Ulta has them for about $3. I have been including them in some of the goodie bags that have been going out. So I just use that to kind of buff any extra sticky that's on my nail. Because Color Street does have a base coat, there is a base coat there that you have to deal with sometimes. It's not a big deal. I've just found with using the clips and the cotton balls, sometimes they have to work a little harder to get the base coat off. And so Mineral Fusion, that's what they recommend. My personal recommendation is still out on it. I don't think I've used it enough that I can really make a strong recommendation. So I did buy a couple of them. I decided to give it a fair try before I say yay or nay. So I've used it. It's great. I think that I would like to put it in my little jar that has the scrubby brush in it because I like to actively take it off. I'm not a waiting around kind of person. So that is how I remove them. Then I have to clean up my nails. So I don't do a lot of maintenance. I'm not a frilly girl. I use my little Avon clip thing that I bought a long time ago when I sold Avon to kind of clean up around my cuticles and that kind of thing. So that's my little tool. Like I said, you really don't need it. I just happen to have it, so I use it. This is a dream though. This is a little cuticle pusher. I have included this in a lot of goodie bags that I've sent out over the past 2 months. And you just use this to push back your cuticles and clean up your nails so that you have that free nail to put your next set on. So that's it. This is a good investment. I think you can get them for close to nothing. You can use just about anything. I mean, I could use my thumbnail, push back my cuticle. All right, my little square. You can get those just about anywhere if you really wanted one. When I first started using Color Street, I really didn't have any of this stuff. I was gifted one of these from my rep. Before that, I just used whatever I had on hand. Used a pen, I used my fingernail, I used whatever I could find. All right, so as far as what comes in your set. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. Of course, I don't rip it right. Here we go. All right, so you open it up. It gives you lots of instructions inside the packaging. So really nice packaging. Open her up, and you've got your nail prep pad. So this is an alcohol wipe. You're going to use this to clean your nails up before you put them on, just to make sure that you remove any oils and residue that's on your nails so they stick well. This is your cute little file. So it's two-sided. One side is a little more coarse than the other. I think there's 6 of these, and some people collect them. I have had a stash of them at one point in time, but now I've just, decided that I can't have it all laying around. So I use the one that comes with the set. I might keep it for a little while, but they're handy to have laying around. But yeah, so you get a little file in your set, and you're going to use those. I use this as my main tool when I apply my set. And then you have the strips. So this is where the magic happens. So these are your strips. They come sealed. It is 100% nail polish. They're about 95% dry. So this is where the real nail polish comes into play. So you're going to put these on, and then they're going to dry. And as they dry, they cure to your nail. And then it behaves just like real nail polish would, because it is real nail polish. So that's where we say it's real nail polish. If you leave this open, it will dry out. So if you are like me and you like to use half the strip for a nail and the other half for another, and you have extras left over, you need to seal this. So I've sealed some with flat iron. I tend to use my vacuum sealer for my kitchen just because I happen to have one. Not because I went out and bought one, but because I happen to just have one. My neighbor uses her flat iron, and I've heard good things about it from lots of people. So I'm going to go ahead and open these. Usually I would start with the prep pad, but I'm going to show you the nails before we get started. Before I do the... All right. So this is Talk Turkey. This is a Thanksgiving set. See, I used that so that if I wanted to close it up with my flat iron, I could. So I'm going to set that aside. Now this comes with 2 sets of 8 strips. These are different sizes, so they fit different nails. You can see you'll find the one that fits your nail best, and then that's the one that you apply it to. So, there's 16 total. For me, I don't tend to use the biggest one. That one I use on my big toe, actually, as my petty, like my fancy pedicure. This next size is generally what I use on my thumbs. My nails are really long right now, so there's no way I'm going to be able to use the same thumbnail for each. They're just too long right now. So I'm going to end up using both of those. And then the other ones, I like to mix and match. I don't like to be matchy-matchy. So I try to make each hand is different. So I'm going to use a different combination of the 16 strips that came with the set. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the alcohol prep pad. And I'm sorry, my hair is bugging me, so I got to get it out of my face. All right, glasses on so I can see. All right, prep pad. So prep pad is just a little alcohol wipe. You can use any alcohol wipe you can find. You can use alcohol on a cotton ball. It all works. This is literally just to remove any extra oils or residue from your nails so that the nails are going to stick. You don't want to skip this step just because you want them to stick well. I've never had a problem with them not sticking. So I say don't skip that step, but honestly, I have in the past, and I didn't see a difference. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. All right, so there we go. Now I'm ready to start applying. I usually start with my pinky or one of my other fingers. I've learned to leave my thumbs in the end because you can use them as a tool. I tend to use this, so if I wanted to start with my thumbs, really I could. Let's start with pinky. And sometimes these work for my pinky and sometimes they don't. I tend to use this one, but I really want to have turkeys on all of my fingers. So I'm going to see if I can get this little guy to work on my pinky. All right, so I should have said that as I did it. You're going to remove the clear top off of the nail, and then you're going to remove the backing. So then you're going to have this strip. Here's the backing. Put that to the side, and then I pull off the little tail. Stick it down, and I'm going to attempt to put this little guy on this nail. Now this is probably not the best fit for this nail, but again, I'm being greedy and I want little turkey feathers on every nail. So this one I'm just going to sacrifice a little bit. So you're going to rub up and down the edges and up the middle so that it gets good and adhered to your nail. Some people use their little tool, get it all in there. Sometimes if I'm having a hard time with the edges, I'll use this tool to get kind of around the edges. This one, of course, was not difficult at all. So then I'm going to take the end and I'm going to pull this down. And you see how that just covers the edge of my nail. So then I'm going to just dispose of this part of it because it's not going to fit any other nail that I have. All right, so this next nail, I'm going to move on. I'm going to skip the sparkly one. It's super pretty, but like I said, I'm being greedy now and I want to have turkeys on all my nails. So this next one, I think that one's going to fit pretty good. So again, I'm going to pull the top off. This is just clear plastic cover. And then I'm going to pull the backing off. Ta-da. You pull the little tail off. Sometimes you can leave it on if you know you're using the other end. Sometimes I'll leave it on. Then you just get up in the cuticle with the nail strip. Oh. And you see I'm touching the back of it. You don't have to be super ginger with these. You can really, if you don't like the placement, you can pull it back off and do it again. It's not going to give you a super hard time. So this, I'm going just over the edge and I'm going to pull that. And then he's on there pretty good. You see the coverage is good. Now this one I'm going to see, my nails are really long right now. So I don't know if this is going to work for my other nails. I might use it on this one just so I can show you this. So it's a little big for this nail. So you see, I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to get those edges in there good. Get it down really good. Now, you see how it's overlapping on the sides. This is where, let me sit in my chair a little better. All right, so this is where I take this tool and I'm actually going to rock this back and forth along the edge of my nail until it removes just the side of the nail. And then you see I have a nice clean edge. So I just used the nail file to remove this little edge of that nail, and then I lost it. I hope that you're able to see that good. All right, so then I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to do the same. So I'm just going to kind of rub it off along my my skin. And of course, you know, it doesn't hurt a lot. And then that just makes it where I can put a larger nail on a smaller, or a larger strip on a smaller nail. I hope that you can see that okay. There we go. All right. And then the end, I'm just going to leave the end. I usually leave that until the end. And then I'll clean up all those edges in just a minute. So moving on to my middle finger. So that one looks like it fits pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and again remove the top coat. And then I'm going to peel the bottom off. And I'm going to back this up just in there like so. And I'm going to pull him along the top. There we go. These are really sparkly. I wonder if I could turn this down a little bit. And that might give a better... There we go. All right, so I have the other half of this one. Super cute little turkey guy. Let me see if he's going to work out on this hand anywhere. Like I said, my nails are really long, so usually this is easy to do, but there we go. I think that works well. All right, so get all the edges pushed down. And then I'm going to have to clean up around this edge over here. So again, I'm going to get my little file. I'm just going to cut in right here along the nail. And remove the extra along the nail. And then he's on there. All right. I'm going to leave that extra at the top. I'll come back and file that off when I'm done putting them all on. So there we go. So that is 5 nails. And I'm about 17 minutes into this tutorial now. So I don't know. It usually takes me, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to do my nails. So we're going to move on to my next nail, and I feel like that one's a little big, so I'm going to go to the other strips and see what we think here. So both my pinkies are done. Let's see how this one. That one looks like it fits pretty well. All right, so I'm going to do this one next. Again, I'm removing the top. And then I'm going to pull off the backing. And then I'm going to apply this to my nail right here. Again, I go up the sides. Make sure it's on there real good. There's lots of schools of thought how to do this. I just get it on there and kind of pull it at the top so it covers the end. And it's on there. And then I'll clean up around the edges. I'll pull off the tail, which you can do that before, you can do it after, whatever you like. Let's see if this guy will fit a nail on this hand. And you see how much I'm handling these. And they're still sticking. This mani will stay on for the next week. I will probably change it Saturday just because that's my routine. And this, honestly, I usually do this Sunday, but I did the 100-member live event Sunday night, so I didn't do my nails that night. And I took them off Monday, and I just didn't get to this. And I wanted to be able to show you guys how I do this. So there we go. That one's on now. All right, so I have 3 left to go. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, pick a little guy to go on this nail. I want this turkey because turkeys are fun. And I want to use all the turkeys possible. So I'm going to put this turkey on this nail. All right, there we go. Again, I'm going to go up the sides. along the top. These guys are really shiny. I hope that this is focusing. Again, I'm new to all this fun stuff, so I will learn as I go. So there we go. That guy's on there good. If I wanted to, I could go in with my little cuticle guy. And, you know, there's so many schools of thought on how to do that. But, you know. All right, so that is all of my fingers. And now I'm going to go in with the thumbs. I have this cute little turkey. I should have put him on another finger. Should have put him on another finger. Wonder if I should just double up and put him on there. No, we'll just... Not going to do it. Okay, so now my thumbs. So like I said, I don't use the biggest one. I use the next to largest for my thumbs. I'll pull off the top. I think that I'm going to get the design and some of the other turkey because my nails are so long right now. Yep, see? So there we go. There's one. I'm going to have to clean up the edge just a little bit on that one. I'm just going to stick him on there for now. I'm hoping that that shows well. Oh, you see, I just get sticky everywhere, but you know, they're on. It's just easy. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. I have been applying Color Street now for over a year. My first set was good. You know, it wasn't perfect, but it was good. My next set was even better. And now a year later, I can do this just about anywhere. You guys know I put on Night Terror sitting in my juke at Parkour waiting for Nick to get out of class. So it was semi-dark. I finished the set. I finished applying it with the light on in my car, sitting in the driver's seat. I had just the materials that came in the set, and that's what I used to put on that set in the car. And then under the street lights, let me tell you, that set just was awesome. I had one in inventory that I was going to sell, and I took it out of my inventory, and it's now in my personal stash because I can't part with it. And it's Night Terror, so, you know, it was Halloween, so it's gone. So now I'm going to go into all of my nails, and I'm going to use my little file, and I'm going to clean up around the edges. So there's just some extra there that I'm going to use this. And they say you file in one direction. So I just kind of go around the edges and make sure that I get all of the excess that I've folded over the edge and around the sides. Sorry, I'm blind, so I was sticking it up here in my face so that I could see what I was doing. And I need to be doing it down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So just cleaning up around the edges. Let me see how that looks. So you'll see the back side of it is clean. It's clean around the edges. And he's on there. So now this little bit, I'm going to go in and file around the edges on him. Just to make sure that I get... And like I said, this is two-sided. So one side is not as coarse as the other. So I try to use the side that's not as coarse when I go in and do this. I usually keep the little file on hand for the next, day or so, because sometimes there's just some edges that I need to clean up after I've applied. Because, I'm not a professional. I just do this on TV. All right. And then I'm just going to continue to clean this up. All right, so we're at 24 minutes now. So I don't know how long I talked at the beginning, but I feel like it was probably 8, 10 minutes. And then, of course, doing a tutorial takes longer than it normally would to just put them on. So just going to show you guys off, and then I'll post some pictures of the set after I get them on. But I just wanted to show you. So these I have some excess on, so let me show you how I'm just going to go in with my file like this, and it's going to kind of perforate the nail so that then I could just pull it out. And then it comes off. It's still all the way to the edge. That way I don't lose like the corners and along the side. You just want to make sure that it's a nice clean nail. All right. Clean that up a little bit. That feels good. So, all right. That is it for now. I'll post the video and then I'll post some pictures too. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.